we were discussing urdg uniform rules for demand guarantee. This is the third session. Demand may be made for less than full amount available. That's called partial demand. More than one demand can be made. That's called multiple demands. Multiple demand prohibited means only one demand shall be made, but that can be for an amount less than the maximum amount or any other amount. When demand is rejected, another demand can be made on or before expiry of the guarantee. Demand is non-complying if it is for an amount more than what is available under the guarantee, or if the statement or the documents required indicate an amount which are for an amount less than the amount demanded. A demand is non-complying if it is an excess drawing, or if the statement and documents required by the guarantee indicate a total less than the amount demanded under the guarantee. Conversely, a supporting statement or other document indicating an amount more than the amount demanded does not make it non-complying. Supporting statement or document indicating an amount more than the amount demanded does not make it non-complying. But statement or documents required in the guarantee indicating amount less than the amount demanded will make the claim as non-complying demand. Separateness of each demand. Making a demand that is not complying, withdrawing a demand, does not waive or prejudice the right of the beneficiary to make a timely demand. Making a demand that is not complying or withdrawing a demand does not prejudice the beneficiary from making another timely demand, whether or not the guarantee allows or prohibits partial or multiple demands. Making a demand that is not complying and withdrawing a demand does not prevent the beneficiary from making another timely demand, whether or not the guarantee prohibits or allows partial or multiple demands. Payment of a demand that is not complying by the issuer does not waive the beneficiary's requirement for other demands to be complying. Payment of a demand that is not complying does not waive the requirement for other demands to be complying. Each demand is considered as a separate and independent presentation. Examination of documents. Guarantor should examine on basis of documents presented alone whether it appears on its face to be a complying presentation. Guarantor should determine on basis of presentation alone, that is document presented, whether it appears on its face, that is as it looks, and it is apparent compliance, not strict clinical compliance. And examination is what? To see whether the presentation is compliant. The data in the document required by the guarantee shall be examined in the context with that document, the guarantee and the rules. The data given within a document required by the guarantee shall be examined only in the context of that document, the guarantee and rules. If the data is in the context of the document, within the guarantee rules and in the urdg rules, if the data is compliant, it is compliant. Need not be checked with any other third party data. Data need not be identical to, but shall not conflict with, the data in that document, any other document or the guarantee. Data need not be identical to, but shall not conflict with, data in that document, any other required document or the guarantee. So data required shall be examined in the context of the document, guarantee and rules. Data need not be identical but shall not conflict with the data in the document, other required document and the guarantee, and the determination will be basis of the documents presented, and the data should appear on its face to be complying. If not stipulating whether it needs to be signed by whom or issued by whom, then as long as the data content is unknown, the issuer will accept the document as presented if the content appears to fulfill the function. Issuer will accept the document as presented if its content appears to fulfill the function. Any signature will be accepted with no indication of the position or identity. Any signature will be accepted with no indication of position or identity. Documents that is not required will be disregarded and returned. Documents that is not required or referred to in the rules will be disregarded and returned. Guarantor need not recalculate beneficiary's calculation if it is stated in the document or in the guarantee. Guarantor need not recalculate beneficiary's calculations if the formula is stated or friends in the guarantee. Guarantor shall consider a requirement for a document to be legalized, vised or certified by any signature or stamp which appears to satisfy the requirement. The requirement for legalized or vised will be satisfied by any signature that appears to fulfill the function. If the guarantee does not state who should issue or what should be the content or what the document should be, any document will be accepted as presented if the content appears to fulfill the function. Any signature will be accepted without identity or position. Document not required or not called for or as per the guarantee or rules will be disregarded and returned. Calculations will not be recalculated based on the formula given in the guarantee or document. Time limit for examination of a demand and payment. If a presentation of a demand does not indicate that it is completed later, if it does not indicate it is to be completed later, then the guarantor shall, within 5 business days following the day of presentation, examine the demand and determine if it is compliant. Within 5 business days following the day of presentation. Within 5 business days following the day of presentation, guarantor shall examine the demand and determine if it is compliant. When the guarantor determines it is compliant, it shall pay. When the guarantor determines the demand is compliant, it shall pay. So within 5 business days, examine and determine if it is compliant, and when determines it is compliant, it shall pay within that 5 business days. The period is not shortened or otherwise affected by the expiry. So if the document is presented today and the guarantee expires tomorrow, still within 5 business days following the day of presentation, the guarantor may examine and determine. If the presentation includes or indicates that it is to be completed later, it need not be examined until it is completed, but it has to be completed within expiry. Payment is to be made at the branch office of the guarantor or the counter guarantor that issued the guarantee. The place of payment is the place of issue of the guarantee. The office that issued the guarantee or the counter guarantee is the place of payment normally, and payment should be made at that place. Payment shall be made when the guarantor determines it is complying. The guarantor shall have 5 business days following the day of presentation to examine and determine if it is compliant. Currency of payment. The guarantor shall pay a complying demand in the currency specified in the guarantee. Guarantor shall pay a complying demand in the currency specified in the guarantee. But if the guarantor is unable to pay, or if it is illegal to pay in that currency, if the guarantor is unable to pay in that currency or illegal to pay in that currency, then the guarantor shall pay in the currency of the place of payment. Guarantor shall pay in the currency of the place of payment. If the guarantor is paying in the currency of the place of payment and not the currency of the guarantee, then the conversion rate should be the rate applicable when the payment or reimbursement is due. Payment or reimbursement is to be made according to the applicable rate of exchange prevailing where payment or reimbursement is due. Payment or reimbursement is made according to the applicable rate of exchange where the payment or reimbursement is due. In case of a delay, the beneficiary may claim to apply the rate of exchange prevailing either when payment was due or the actual payment. In case of delay, beneficiary may require the exchange rate applicable on the payment was due date or the actual date of payment, whichever beneficiary may ask for. A counter guarantor shall be made by payment in such a currency. Which currency? A currency of the place of payment and not currency of the guarantee. Counter guarantor is bound and the issuer is bound by such currency. But the counter guarantor or the guarantor may elect to be reimbursed either in the currency in which payment was made or the currency specified in the guarantee. The counter guarantor or the guarantor may elect to be reimbursed in the currency specified in the guarantee or the currency in which payment was made. We shall take a short break.